Hello everyone, welcome back to your channel. In today's Salesforce tutorial, we are going to learn how to create an approval process in Salesforce. So approval process is the one of the most important automation feature in Salesforce. So using approval process, records can automatically go to manager or specific user for an approval before final submission. For example, we can say like when the employees apply leave request approval, when salesman apply discount approval, when customer apply loan approval, purchase request approval, expense reimbursement approval. This all the things are example for approval process. In all this business scenario, we use approval process. So in this video, I will explain everything from basic to complete setup with real-time example. So without wasting your time, let's get started. So first we need to understand what is an approval process. Approval process in Salesforce is an automation feature, means that sends record to user for an approval. The user may be a manager or any particular user. So based on the decision, Salesforce can update the field, lock the records, send the emails. Trigger action can also happen. So in this video, what actually you learn like, so what is an approval process? Approval process components, creating approval process, selecting approvers, initial submission actions, approval actions, rejection actions, final approval actions. In practically, we create an approval process and testing the process. So before we starting, we need one requirement. So the current requirement is currently I have one object like receipt. So in this object, whenever I create new receipt, that receipt should be go for approval for this finance head user. So whichever user is mapped with this finance user, that user need to approve this receipt. So once he approved, the approved status is should be approved. If the particular finance head is rejected the receipt, this approval status becomes rejected. Like that we need. So for this, I need to create one approval process. So let's start with practical things. Now I will try to create new approval process. So how we can create? First we need to click on gear icon. Then go to setup. So now in the quick find box, you need to search approval process. So I will open approval process. So once you open approval process, in here we need to select which object we need to create approval process. So currently I need to create approval process for receipt object. I select receipt. So currently for this we already have a one approval process, but currently it is in deactive or it's not working because the active button is showing. So if the active button is showing, this approval process is not working. So I don't worry about this existing approval process because it's not active. So I will create new one. So first we need to click on create new approval process. So then we need to click on use standard step wizard. So once you click on that, we need to enter the label of approval process. So then click on next. So then we need to set entry criteria. So for our entry criteria is approval status is equal to value is pending. Means when we need to send the approval, when status is pending, that time only we need to send the approval. Otherwise we don't need to send, because if it is approved, we don't need to send again. It's not a correct thing, right? So that's why. So then once you set the criteria, click on next. In here, don't need to do anything. Click on next. In here also, we don't do anything. So click on next. So then in here, we need to select which all the fields you need to share with when we are sending approval. So currently, we need to send account, advance amount. So then click on next. So then we need to set initial submitters, means who can submit the approval. So currently receipt owner can send the approval, means who can create the receipt, that person only can send the approval. Based on your requirement, you can select any public groups, rows or users. Currently I don't need anything, so I will simply click on save. Now it will navigate to this page. Means it will ask like you would like to do now. So you are creating approval process now. Then you can simply select like yes, I would like to create approval steps now. Otherwise, you can simply select any other options. Currently, I am implementing approval process. So that's why I will select first one. Then click on go. Now we need to create the new approval step. So our approval step is receipt approval process. So then click on next. So in here, we don't need to do anything. We simply click on next. In this page, you can see select approver. In here, we need to set who is the approver. It may be a user or it may be a manager, anyone. If you want to choose approver by manually, we will go with let the submitter choose the approval manually. That's the option. Or you want to assign for the queue, in that time we will go with automatically assign to queue. Or you want to assign any specific user, I will select automatically assign to approver. So in here, if you scroll below, you have one option like related user. Means in that particular record, for example, in this receipt record, we have a finance head. So this person only can able to approve this record. So that's why I will select related user. Then I will select the field. So currently the field name is finance head. So that's why I will select finance head. Then click on save. So it will navigate to this page. In here, you need to select no, I will do later. Last option. So then click on go. The basic configuration done. In here, we need to set the initial submission actions. So when the action should be trigger. So in here, I will add new. So add new, click on field update. So then give the label, then select the field you need to update. So currently I will select like approved status. So I need to update like pending because it's the initial submission. Initial submission means it's pending. In that time only we need to send the approval, right? So that's why. So then click on save. Now initial submission is done. Then approval step, this is also we don't do anything because we already created. Then final approval action means what happened if they approved, we need to set that one also. In here also you need to click on add new, then field update. So in here give the label like receipt finance approved. So means if finance user is approved, what should be happens? That approved status field should be set to approved. So then click on save. So final approval actions also done. And also we need to set the final rejection actions. Means if the finance head is rejected this receipt, what should be happen? That is also we need to mention here. So what I will do, same I will click on add new, click on field update. Same, I will give the name label like receipt finance rejected. What should be happens? Approved status should be set to rejected. Then click on save. Now we did all the things. Means initial submission also we did. Approve step also we completed. Like we assigned finance head can approve like that. And also final approval action also we added. Final rejection actions also we added. So then once you did all the things, what you need to do? You need to must and should activate the particular approval process. Otherwise it will not work. So I will simply click on activate. Currently this particular approval process is inactive. So how we can check? So first go to your main page. Just refresh once. Once you refreshed, try to create new receipt with approved status is pending. So currently what I will do? I will create one receipt with approved status is pending. So currently I will select as pending. Then I will fill all the fields. So in here we need to select the finance head. So for this user only can able to approve the receipt. So currently I will select as Baswaraj as a approver. So then we need to select the finance user. So we need to click on save. So once you saved, what you need to do like, so this is receipt is created. We need to submit the approval, right? So how we can submit? So in this, we have a drop down. So in this drop down, we have a one option like submit for approval. So you simply click on that button, click on submit. So once you submit, user that finance head get a notification like Basuraj HS is requesting for approval of receipt. So in here, we can see receipt name, customer name, all the things. You simply click on that. So in here, we have options like approve, reject, reassign. So you simply click on approve. So once I approved, what happened? This approval status becomes approved. Correct, right? For example, I will go to same. So currently, I will open one more record. So in here also, I will send for approval. So again, I will click on submit approval. So again, I will go to that approval process, approval request. I will simply reject. So what happened if I simply reject it? That receipt becomes rejected like that. So this is how approval process works in Salesforce. So that's it for today tutorial. Today we learned what is approval process, how to create approval process in Salesforce, approval steps, approval and rejection actions, and with real-time testings. I hope you understand this tutorial. Thank you for watching.